and welcome to Northampton Memorial Library. Thank you all for coming out this afternoon for our book signing for one of our local authors here, Miss Sonjah Hawkins. Sonjah is originally from Jackson, North Carolina, right here in Northampton County. She is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Chester and Helen Hawkins, who were former educators right here in Northampton County. So it's good to have homegrown people to come back to Northampton County and just share knowledge with our home people. Sonjah is a graduate of Northampton County High School, class of 1982, and it's so good to see a lot of our classmates here doing very well. Sonjah currently resides in California, so it's good that, and I just ask God to continue to for traveling mercies for her to and from home.
Thank you.
You know, if you know anything about Sonjah, ever since I met Sonjah when we went to high school in 1978, is that Sonjah loves music, and Sonjah is very instrumental in playing the piano and the clarinet, but she does play other instruments as well. She is a graduate. When she left Northampton County High School, Sonjah went on to further her education knowledge in music at Berklee College of Music in Boston, Massachusetts. Sonjah enjoys arranging and writing music. She enjoys her students and she encourages them. Sonjah, if you know anything about her, she's full of positive energy. She enjoys life and she encourages you to enjoy life. With her book that she has released, you will see in the book that it's lots of positive energy, it's uplifting whenever you feel that you need that moment of uplifting. So without further ado, I introduce to you our author of today, Sonjah Hawkins.
Thank you. Thank you. And again, I'd like to thank Mrs. Brett and Mrs. Lily Purnell for having me here today. Lily, this was all Lily, because she was just like, when you come home, you should do a book signing. I was like, oh, okay. And so Lily made it happen. So again, thank you. And congratulations, Mrs. Brett, on your retirement. Congratulations, Ms. Lily. And you're going to be filling Mrs. Brett's shoes. Y'all got to just all lay it out. I tell you, congratulations. And so thank you all for being here. A little bit about my book. If you take a look at the cover, this is, the cover was created by Dalton Ellis. I gave him some of the main points that I wanted to have on there. And so if you look at the, I have my parents are the shield here in the lower right-hand corner. And I also have, one of my cats, that's Romeo, the gray one. And then on my shoulders, JC, who is named after my grandmother, Jessie Cornelius. So that's JC on my forearm. And so, but it's just very sentimental. So this was like a process. I love writing poetry. Poetry has been just an outlet. It's like doing if there's a bunch of negative stuff going on, you know, I take the time just to vent, and through poetry, I have my girlfriends. They have heard, they know a lot of the backstory on some of these poetry, so that when they're done, I'm like, I know. So anyway, but it's been fun, and I have some amazing people in California. I have the ones that I call my California nephews. They helped me out a lot. One of my California nephews, he has Sonjah as far as in Japanese, because he was taking Japanese, so my name is in Japanese here. And we did the photo shoot all in one day. My friends came over. At one point, I had like 60 pounds of chain mail on me, and they were helping me on that, and we were taking the pictures. And my California nephew, Jabril, actually did all the Photoshop and stuff. So, but I put this together. I did the typesetting. I have such a new appreciation for people that do typesetting and all of this. I tell you, this has been a process. And even, just the proofreading, how many times I've gone through it. And yeah, there are little mistakes in there, but I know now what to look for. I had amazing printers. They were just, I told them this is my first time. I don't really know what I'm doing. So they gave me a lot of great information. Any of you that planning on writing a book, make sure you know what you want your final product to be first and go backwards. And that would have saved a lot of time. And so I did learn that. And make sure that you feel the pages on the book because it has a soft touch. So it's like, that was, so the printer has been amazing. And on the screen today, we have our phenomenal Nick Smith. Nick Smith and I went to college together, and he is a phenomenal musician. And he graced me with his talents. He's on 6 of the tracks. And he and his beautiful wife, Annette, they're always like really just so supportive. And, his wife is an engineer. They just, they got it going on over there. But back in the day, Nick Smith has been on The Tonight Show. He has toured with some of the greats. He has like huge credentials. And he has a new CD out, which is called Romance. All the tracks are amazing. And he has his lovely, he's going to show it to you. Say something so it'll spotlight you, Nick. Say something. There we go.
Play something?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I was saying.
Go ahead.
Well, give me a second. No, I was saying, say something because when you say something, the spotlight picks you up as far as on Zoom. So that's all I was saying. I ain't finished. Okay. I'm not finished introducing you yet. So wait a minute. But he's played on The Tonight Show. He's played with Queen Latifah. Stevie Wonder. Nick, you got so much, and he's from Cleveland, Ohio, and now he lives out in Fontana, California. But if you ever need like tracks done or serious arrangements, he is amazing. I've got amazing friends. I'm just really, really blessed. And so, without further ado, I'm gonna let Nick play a little bit of something. He asked me which was my favorite song and on his new CD, and I like all of them, but the one that we chose is Spring. And so, but I know Nick wants to say a few words here. So this is Nick in Fontana, California. Go ahead, Nick.
Hi. Hello, everyone. How you all doing?
All right.
Okay, that's good. It's such an honor and a pleasure to be here. I can't thank Sonjah enough for having me to be on her project, and it was definitely my pleasure to help her out. She's such a wonderful person, and we've been friends since school, and we ran into each other again out here. Unfortunately, it was a sad occasion because a dear friend of ours had passed away, but once we reconnected, it was like, oh, hey, what's happening? So she just supportive, loving, sweet. She's been to a lot of my shows, and, she's talking all this about me. I love her, and she know it. I'm just another piano player, but yeah, I've had the pleasure to work with a lot of great artists and stuff. But today, this is about Sonjah. It's not about what I've done. So we're here to make Miss Sonjah glow, and may this book be successful. And I sincerely hope I can do the next project with it. So without further ado, I would like to play one of her favorite compositions off the record. This is a tune I wrote entitled Return to Spring. Please enjoy.
Tips. I know I'm gonna talk a little bit and stuff, but if you could find your track for All Good in the Hood, that would be real fun. If you could find it. If you can't, that's okay, because I didn't ask you. So, but we know that Zoom has a delay and stuff, so you know that's why we didn't really plan to do that. Don't worry about it. So, but he's a phenomenal friend, and him and his wife, they are so amazing people. And so these are some of my California family, and you know, it's like he said, when we have reconnected, we actually were at a funeral. Mark Ledford and Mark, oh my gosh, Mark he sang background with like Phil Collins and Stevie Wonder and like some other big name people. But you know, it's like you know, just don't take life for granted. You know, I always say, you know, stay present. You know, it's like just be so positive. And thank you again. You know, those of you that here, I got family, I got extended family, I got, you know, classmates. You know, it's awesome. You know, and I just feel so fortunate. So as far as my CD, the CD is when I did the whole book, and then this has been a process over probably 10 years as far as the poetry itself. But as far as the creation of the book, it took about 3 years, because I had the oil painting done, and because I had this vision in my head, and so I was asking various people for their assistance as far as in helping me bring the vision to life. And so and this is the results on it. And so, again, I appreciate all of you being here today. This is my very first book signing. It is not going to be my last, as long as the great divine here wants me to do this, you know. So I'm really excited, and, you know, it's like this was all Lily as far as for suggesting this. And so it's like, what better way to do your very first one than doing it at home, you know. So. Amen. So Elaine and I have a little sister. Elaine and I have a little sister system set up. So if you would like to purchase a book, and again, the book has an original Dalton Ellis painting, and then it does make sure that you feel the pages because it has the soft touch, and so yeah, I'm all in the book. This is the story of Sonjah, and so yes, I'm all in the book here. So, but each chapter has a different feel, and so one of the first ones I started with is my first chapter is gratitude, and it's like you just got to remember. It's like you can't just be so far out there, and then you just forget where you came from. So many times people get on their little high horse and then they, you forget. And it's just like, oh no, I need to be reminded. As two, I'm going to start this one off with. So this one with the gratitude, and this is how I started my first chapter. It's like, thank you, Divine, for waking me up in my right mind, body, and spirit. Thank you for the many blessings that you have bestowed and have yet to give me. I pray that you direct me in clarity with my words, actions, and demeanor, one that is befitting the goals and the journey that is part of your master plan. I pray that my responses are those of love without demoralization. Please keep safe from harm my loved ones and associates. I ask this in your name, and may I honor you with my thoughts and my words. And so many times it's so easy to just be out there, and you have to kind of take a step back and reel them. So with the introduction and the first chapter is basically background sounds, oceans. My sister recorded some black mountain birds, so you hear all this kind of sound when I'm reading. Because when I did the audio book and I read the whole thing, I was like, oh no, this sounds so empty. I got to go back. And so this is about 78 poems, and I went through and put background sounds on each one. And so my friend Nick, he has done 6 of the tracks, and so he has, he's just amazing. The music that you just heard is on his latest CD called Romance, and he is www.knicksmith.com. And I have those on the flyers. You can see that, and his stuff is available. And my friend from the first section, James Gate, his is available. So it's like I'm very fortunate to have heavy hitters as themselves. And when I went to his house to do his tracks, and I was sitting watching him work, and I learned so much. I was like, I learned some little tricks. I was like, so it was awesome. So what you just heard, that was him playing everything. And one of his good friends is Dennis Chambers, who is a drummer who plays with Carlos Santana, right?
Dennis didn't play with everyone from Santana to
he started off with Parliament.
He originally started with Parliament Funkadelic, and he's played with Special Effects, Santana. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And I was fortunate to have him play on my first record entitled "It's Like That." That's a more straight-ahead jazz record. So my music is available on iTunes, Spotify, and CD Baby, and you can get it through my website. Thank you, Sonjah.
Oh, absolutely. But what I was getting to, Mr. Smith, was because he plays, Nick plays little drums too. So when all the sounds that you heard, all the instruments, he did that on keyboard, but he was doing like some serious funky drum stuff, and you're just like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. But Dennis Chambers would be like, man, that is like, so that was why I connected the two. I know you're like, why is she doing this? So I do the ramble sometimes, but it's just great to have, some so much love and support, from both coasts. And so if you want want to purchase anything, go ahead and see Elaine, and I'm going to have Nick play one more, and then I'm going to do some readings for you. So, Nick, if you wanted to do one more, go right ahead, and then I'm going to read some. So
okay, this next composition is a tune. Sonjah was talking about playing some funk. This one got like a little bit of fusion and funk too, but it's something you all can groove to. So when you feel it, go ahead and put your hands together. This one is called Yeah.
California, and it's early there for him. And so I really appreciate him getting up early, and because he's a night owl, and he creates some crazy stuff while he's doing. He's on a lot of people's CDs and stuff. And like I said, he's doing the Tonight Show. He's been like all over the